What is up, everybody? You're watching Rock Racing TV. I am Matthew Holt.
And I'm Bree Molitor, and you are watching Hillside Live. We are here for SRRS number 3 at Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park in Dyersburg, Tennessee. This weekend is presented by GoForth Tires, so huge thank you to them and to all of our sponsors that help us make these events happen, help keep these drivers rolling. You see what I did there? The tires.
Tires rolling.
And everything in between. So good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful day here at Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park. We are moments away from, I see someone on the starting line. We're getting a little more water put down on the track because it's a little bit dusty out here.
It is.
But it's a beautiful day out here, and we are ready to see some awesome racing action. Matt, what is special about this weekend's race?
I love Dyersburg because I tell everyone it's one of my favorite parks to come to because it's an amphitheater. You're literally, there you can sit anywhere on this giant, massive hill, which I'm sure we'll see some great drone shots of this weekend. And any seat is awesome. We also have the Iceland guys. That's kind of the special feature about this race versus all of us. The Iceland guys, we have 16, 18 cars they shipped over here. We have a couple hundred, 300, 400, 500 Iceland guys that came over with us. Race teams, some are fans. They'll be jumping in with this weekend. I'm super excited. We've been following a bunch of them on Snapchat. I'm friends with a bunch I met a couple years ago. What's up? What's up, dog? This is our resident announcer here at our park. We'll clean off your headset a little bit. Do it for you. Yeah. What's up, dog? So how you doing?
Oh, man, this is a great day. The wind's pushing the dust away from us for now. Let's hope it stays like that.
Yeah. There you go.
Sorry. I don't.
Yeah, he doesn't hold the mic very often. He's just our announcer.
Yeah.
It's okay. He just...
Well, I'm ready now.
Yeah.
Bam. Nailed it.
So, Ava, this morning, Zach started. How old is she?
10.
10. I drove my car. I got here this morning, and I was parking it really close to Justin's RV to get out of the way of the road.
Yep.
I got within, this close to the RV. And I'm, watching in my backup camera, and Ava and all these kids are walking by, and Ava stops, and she starts,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And she is on it,
she's
and she's like, you're good. Come on, a little more.
She could probably back a trailer better than most of the guys here.
I
She's
can tell
it's
your
fine.
dad is me, too.
Yeah.
Look,
this before.
Ava's a unique child that nobody can offend because she has brought me the wrong tool before.
Oh, yeah.
Therefore, I've conditioned her
to
deal with anything. Yeah.
Yeah. I seen a Snapchat the other day, and it says, some of you have never backed a trailer in front of your father, and it shows. And I was like, true. It's true.
That's right.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. We're
all right,
race.
we are ready to rock and roll. We're going to kick things off with the Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class. Thanks for joining us, Zach. And we have Breland Mims on the starting line. We have a couple new drivers this weekend and are spread out throughout our classes, and or ones that have maybe only raced with us once before or something. So a couple new and newer faces. So that's always exciting to see. We love to grow the sport. Like Matt mentioned, one of the most special things about this weekend's race is the Formula Off-Road Iceland race teams are here again. We haven't seen them since 2019.
Yeah.
Right? So it's been too long, and we're glad to have them crossing the pond
awesome.
Come over and join in the fun again. But that will all be coming later. We're going to talk some more about that and their schedule of racing, so you guys can be sure to catch some of that. There is Breland Mims on the starting line. You guys are watching Hillside Live here for SRRS number 3 at Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park. Make sure you head over to that Rock Racing TV Facebook page and watch from there. That's where Matt and I are going to be all weekend. I say all weekend, today and tomorrow. And we want to be able to see your comments, answer your questions, and interact with you guys. So make sure you're watching from that Rock Racing TV Facebook page. It's the one that says something like Broadcast Media Entertainment Group, something like that. You should be able to tell the difference there on Facebook. There is a group page named Rock Racing TV as well.
I try to always make that clarification. It's the page, not the group.
It's slightly confusing, yeah, because there's a group too. Here we go. First run of the day.
Again, this is our side-by-side stock class. So if I always like making the joke, oh, you race side-by-sides? Oh, I have a 650 credit score too. Because you can literally enter a stock class just by going and buying one. Get your helmet and your safety gear, but it's awesome. We've seen a lot of guys just go buy one and hop in. I remember Brandon Davis raced last year with a brand-new RS1. He picked up on the way here. He's like, yeah, we just loaded up. We changed the night before the race. We changed the steering wheel, and changed his race seat, and next day he was racing. So you can.
Oh, little bit of a lawn dart there from Breland.
Oh,
no!
Man. Oh, broke the front wheel clean off. Wow. Yeah, again, great shot by our drone footage there.
You know, as we were standing out waiting on the driver's meeting this morning, Justin Hoback and, let's see, I think Jack were standing there and talking about which parts of the course might be difficult. And Justin said there's a ledge up there in that windy part. You can't see from down here, but he said it's pretty nasty. And I do believe that Breland Mims just found it. Hey, Taylor, what are we looking at here? Oh. There's the race line runway, and there's a shot of some recovery about to take place. For those of you who are not from the southeast United States, do you know what all that green stuff growing out on this hillside is? There's a little sort of half trivia question for you.
Yes.
Do you know what all that stuff is called, this viney green stuff? If you've ever lived in Tennessee or surrounding area, you know what it is.
Yeah, tree.
It's insane. It takes over everything, as you can see from the hillside here. Speaking of whether you live in the southeast or not, where are you guys watching from? I see we've got about 100 people tuning in on the Rock Racing TV page right now. If you're not watching from Rock Racing TV, make sure you head over to that page so that we can see your comments and answer your questions as we go throughout our race day. We want to know where you guys are watching from. Drop us a comment.
I was trying to get signed in right now. Savannah Roy, I seen, was on the Southern Rock Racing Series page.
Savannah, what you doing? Go over to Rock Racing TV. We haven't conditioned them yet, Matt.
We try.
It's too many years of
you do a great job at announcing that.
Watching from the SRRS page.
Tiffany Porter jumping in there.
What an awesome, beautiful fall day out here. We could actually start the day in jeans and a hoodie, which I've been waiting on for like months, it feels like now.
Yeah. It is kind of it was warm, like the sun was warm, but there was a little bit of a cool breeze this morning.
Nice breeze,
so
which will hopefully keep the dust down. Good times. If you are anywhere near Dyersburg, Tennessee, then you should come on out for the fun. I know it's Friday. You might be working, but come on out and we got a full day of racing happening all day tomorrow. So we talked a little bit about the Formula Off-Road Iceland teams that are here. They are going to be having their hill climbs tomorrow and Sunday, and then they are doing some skimming tomorrow.
I'm
Matt,
excited.
I have never seen that in person.
Are you serious?
Can you
It's
describe
incredible.
what this Icelandic, what the skimming is that
just
they do?
imagine a jet ski, but on tires. That's kind of what it's like. They start out on dirt, and they go as fast as they can, and then once they hit the water, they try to keep that same speed, although sometimes they'll start slowing down a little bit. I've noticed the guys that kind of start bucking a little bit as it starts bouncing. That's very bad. Usually they end up slowly sinking after that. So I've learned that bucking is bad. I got to hang out with them in 2018 and 2019. We got to watch the skimming, and it was an absolute blast. The guys were it was really kind of – they only want a couple feet of water just in case something does happen. They do sink. They don't want to hurt their motor electronics.
Right. You don't want to be renaming your car the Titanic.
Yes. So usually they try to keep the water to 24-inch maximum. That way if they do sink, because the cars are not very tall. They only have 4 inches of ground clearance. So a little different. When we get tomorrow, we'll get some of the guys up here and kind of explain the difference between their chassis and our chassis. Again, they have a lot less ground clearance. They usually weigh 2,000 pounds versus 4,000 or 5,000 like our chassis. So it's interesting.
They have those paddle tires.
They do.
Big old paddle tires.
It's awesome. They start with a bare carcass and actually glue the paddles on. I was like, I thought you bought them like that. And he's like, no, we glue them on. I'm like,
I didn't know that.
Okay, cool. It's kind of interesting. I thought, well, the good news is if you rip one off, you can just glue another one on. So that's kind of cool. A bunch of them I'm friends with on Snapchat, so I've been kind of messaging them the last couple of days since they all started messaging me once they hit the plane. And some things I saw on Snapchat, we had some good times at airports, did some drinking in the lobby. They all went and visited Summit Racing, or some of them did. A bunch of them went to the National Corvette Museum in Bowling Green, Kentucky, which was super neat.
I've been there.
They hijacked a motorized shopping cart at Walmart, which was awesome. I don't know if they don't have Walmarts over there, but they had a really good time at Walmart.
Sure they don't.
Lots of hotel shenanigans at nighttime. They went to Home Depot and bought some stuff. That was cool. They went down Broadway and partied in Nashville because I saw a bunch of them were posting pictures of inside bars at Broadway, and it was a pretty good time.
Good old Nashville. Wait, they were in Nashville?
They were,
I
and
guess
then
that's pretty close.
minivan high speeds while jamming out to the Smokey and the Bandit soundtrack. there was some good times had. So those are just some of the things I've seen literally in the last 24 hours. Waffle House. They did something in Waffle House
Okay,
too.
so if you missed the beginning of this
Yes.
conversation, we're talking about the Icelandic Formula Off-Road race teams that are here at Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park with us this weekend, and what some of what Matt has seen or talked to them about over their travels and adventures in the last couple days.
Yeah. So Iceland crew's here with us this weekend. It's a good time. I try to describe them. They're like a really great redneck. They fit right in with all our guys. There's one crew that just wears bib overalls, no shirt underneath. It's a little chillier in Iceland, but I would say more like jeans and like a hoodie type weather right now. So when they come over here, they're like, man, it's nice and warm. So you'll see them in shorts and a t-shirt. Today it's like 65 and sunny with a light breeze, so it's perfect weather today for some racing. A little bit dusty. I talked to Bob this morning. Him and his wife Pam own the off-road park. Talked to them about what the course was like, and he said it's a little dusty, but I would much rather have dust. Though I know you guys remember 2007, 2008 when it was super muddy down here. We actually had to start at the top of the hill just to get enough.
2007.
2008, maybe later than that. 2010? When year was it? 2012?
We didn't even start racing until 2012.
Okay, maybe it was 2008, 17.
Way back in the past.
17, 18, somewhere in there. It was like 10 years ago, roughly.
Okay.
We had a course that was so muddy here. We had to start at the top of the hill over here and use our momentum to get to the bottom and then climb Timmy Cameron did a 360 on the ladder, came back down. That was kind of exciting to watch. That was in like Showstopper, I think. It was in one of his older buggies. It was quite a ways ago. It was I think the year before I started racing. Is when it got like 6 inches of rain the night before.
It has been a while.
It was like 6 inches, 8 inches of rain the night before. So all of this dust, it's almost, and there's several parts you're going to see tomorrow when the bouncers go. There's several ledges up there that fill full of silt. And silt sucks. Is what the way it's described by Baja racers. Silt sucks. When you hit it, it's like a talcum powder, and it goes everywhere, which you'll see air filters clog. A lot of guys who run the turbos and the superchargers, well, you'll see them kind of get hung up somewhere, and all of a sudden you'll see dust start collecting, and it'll stuck up the air filter. So that's kind of interesting to watch. You know, we watched Jake Berkey one time back up, hit the wall 2 or 3 times, had so much dust, he literally just started punching his air filter. He was trying to get the dust knocked off of it, you know.
We saw
Again,
that happen at Rush Springs
Oh,
Ranch
yeah,
a little bit.
yeah.
Our last race in Missouri, too.
super dusty. Yeah, so you kind of see
dust is hard on both machines
it is.
and people
It is.
alike.
We're trying to visibility. We saw several guys have visibility problems. I know Tim Cameron talked about going down and coming back around hitting that hill. You said you could almost see with it. Again, in theory, fingers crossed, you can go fast enough to outrun your dust trail. But if you get hung up, it's not good.
Well, and when there's any turns where you're coming back
Yes,
through the same
yeah.
area, it's all over at that point. But these guys are pretty tough.
Yeah, like when they're hitting the entrance to the short course, there was they would stir up a lot of dust going in, and they have to turn around and come right back out. So it was interesting to see. Again, a good breeze will help keep that by. We got a decent breeze right now, so we'll see how it plays down. We had a fire crew out here water this morning, and they were dumping a ton of water out there. So hopefully that will help keep the dust down. So I said, looks like I think we got our side-by-side recovered.
I think we're good to go. We've got Jay Stewart sitting on the starting line. If you're just joining us, welcome to Hillside Live. We are at Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park in Dyersburg, Tennessee this weekend. This is for the SRRS number 3, presented by GoForth Tires. And we are right at the beginning of our Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class. We've had our first racer, Breland Mims, lost a wheel.
Yes, broke a wheel off.
Tipped over up in the
Yeah.
kudzu. That's what this place is called. I don't think anybody ever
Yes.
guessed that. It's kudzu, and it gets everywhere, and it'll annoy you, is what kudzu does.
Not to
And,
be confused with Komatsu, which is a tractor brand.
I personally have never confused those two.
I have several times. I was like, yeah, Komatsu. I mean, Kutsu. Yeah.
They're both
Yeah.
have things have to do with being out in the country.
Both are dirt things, I guess.
Yeah,
You know, right?
Sure. Okay. But so Jay Storts will be our second driver of the Rock Life stock class. Make sure you guys are watching from the Rock Racing TV Facebook page so we can see your comments and let us know where you're watching from. We are in Dyersburg, Tennessee this weekend.
All right, we got Jay Storts coming off the line here. We got an in-car.
Whoa! New toys. Look at that. Look at that in-cab feature that we have
That
now.
is slick.
I didn't even know we could do that. That looks amazing.
Yes.
All right, this is the debut of the in-cab view during the race. So hope you guys enjoy. This is what Jay's perspective is right now.
You definitely don't want to have it in when you roll over.
And you can see how hard those landings are.
Again, Jay is absolutely blasting away in the stock class. Again, a lot of guys who used to get here on Friday said, hey, why don't we race stock class? We're already here. We might as well throw our side-by-side in, race stock class too, have some fun with it. So we got 3 or 4 guys that race stock class as well as run a big bouncer like Jay Stortz. Again, you can see him coming downhill, wants to take his time, be cautious. You can see a great shot of the crowd there, the production trailer, going up and hitting that big ledge. Oh, hit the jump.
Oh, I think he got one tire on the landing there.
Getting a little air there.
.980 for Jay Stortz. Our first time of the weekend. Hope you guys enjoyed that in-cab view.
Great shot of the starting line there. You can see Keith Toolman, his recovery unit next to us.
All right.
There's Jack Porter. He's running our starting gate today.
Hey, I can see comments now.
He drives the
something just changed,
Venom buggy.
And here I thought everyone was just ignoring us, Matt.
What's up, Taylor?
Taylor got to possibly film 8 bouncers solo. Best of luck. Drink your Red Bull. Daniel Heckley is on the line. Danica says she and Ethan are in Winter Park, Colorado. Sounds like it'd be a beautiful place to be.
Heck yeah.
What you guys doing out there, Danica? Dustin Havens, what's up? Daniel Heckley off the line. And there are a whole bunch of cute little kids running around sporting their Heckley Racing shirts today. Daniel is sitting 4th in points for the season right now coming into this weekend. After tomorrow, we only have 1 race left for the year, which is kind of hard to believe. That'll be finals at Disney, Oklahoma. We'll talk some more about that.
Which we're awesomely excited about. It's going to be a great time. Daniel Heckley is absolutely smoking this run. Again, you can see him checking up a little bit there, coming down those ladders. Ooh, he's pushing hard. Again, they made a little ramp at the end, kind of for fun. Oh man, aired it out, coming through hot.
68.486.
It is already getting dusty. I just saw the dust waft in front of my computer here.
What do you mean already? It's been like this.
Yeah, but my computer was nice and clean in the beginning. It's not so much now.
Nothing stays clean out here. It's not possible. All right, your current points leader for the Rock Life stock class, Cody Kaysen, is on the line now. We're going to be seeing Cody again racing later today, too, filling in for his brother, Clay Kaysen.
Excited about that. I did see Clay here, though. I talked to him about it.
He is here, yeah.
I said, hey, we need to interview you. And he said,
shoulder injury. So.
He said, Bree already told me I have to come and interview. I said, oh, yeah.
Listen. I said he could if he wanted to.
Well, I don't think that's really optional in our book. We just tell him, hey, you got to come up.
I told him I'd slap him in the shoulder if he did.
You're like, hey, buddy. He's like, ow.
No, we don't like to force people to come talk to us, but it's fun having new people up here. This is Cody Kaysen on the line. All right, Daniel has the fastest time with a 68.4 right now. Do we have any guesses on what Cody is about to put down?
He's been fast this season.
I'm going to say like
good job, Dad. That's so cute. When you hear a 6-year-old going,
Was
good
that
job,
Blake?
Dad.
Blake Heckley.
They're all eating pixie sticks.
I'm going to guess Cody somewhere around like a 64.
Yeah,
What do you think?
I'd throw that up there. That sounds about right. Go, baby, go. There we go.
Barely
Man.
cleared it.
Ooh.
63.636.
That is your new leader.
Kaysen. I underestimated.
He was moving. Hey, I don't think he went off near as big a jump. I think he slowed down, checked up just a little bit before that.
Danica, we wish you guys were here too.
I know, I saw that. Working on the old Moffett Tunnel. They do tunnels for trains. So his buggy is called Tunnel Vision. I think that's like the coolest thing ever. What a great name for a buggy.
I think it's cool because the paint glows in the dark.
Yeah, that's kind of cool too.
Justin Hoback.
Got Big Booty Judy over here.
Oh no, this is Big Bertha.
Bertha. Okay, Big Bertha is what we coined it.
Yeah, Judy.
I love the 4-seater.
Judy is in the Molitor stables.
Oh yeah, I love that we got a big 4-seater monster buggy, and he hangs up right there, usually on the podium with these guys.
Justin is third in points for the whole season right now.
That is with a 4-seater. Like that's just awesome.
I love the addition of the stock class. The what was that? Was that last year?
Maybe.
We added. Yeah, how many years have we been doing?
Stock class?
Yeah.
I think it was this year we had stock class. Was it last year too?
Mhm.
Okay, it must have been last year. Is it this year or last year?
At any rate, between the VIN class, the stock class, our youth class now,
I think it was last year.
there's a little something for everybody to get involved in out here. So if you have something at home you want to race.
Yeah, Paul Wolf raced it last year. I think with the same buggy, stock.
That's
and,
right.
Stock and he raced his same buggy in both classes.
That's right.
Got his Can-Am. He's running.
So come on out and join the fun. Find a class that suits.
Oh man! Wow, that is impressive.
Big Bertha got some air.
For real. Oh.
70.948. Not a bad time, but I do believe.
What was
there's
Jay
a little
Stortz's time?
Jay Stortz had a 70.980. Justin just put a 70.948. Yeah, let's go to a replay of the jump.
Zach, you can't park there.
Everybody going up to check out the damage. Whoa!
Wow,
it.
he launched that dude up there.
Yeah,
yeah, you could see the wheel instantly, just kind of. Hopefully it's
Bertha lost her heel.
Hopefully it's a ball bearing or something
heels.
they can get fixed. Looks like there's a small fleet of guys over there trying to help get it fixed.
So the ramp here, this launch, everybody is coming off of it.
He sent it.
Wonky.
Yes.
So it's going to be interesting to see.
Bouncers?
So Cody checked up a little bit.
Yeah.
His back tire's barely clear.
Yeah. Look at that. He
But
aired
look
that
how
sucker
sideways
out.
he is. And Daniel and Jay both came off like that too.
Yeah. So it looks like it's throwing him more to the
So I don't think this is going
passenger
to be
side
the
up.
last of
No.
this kind of carnage that we see. Depending on how everyone chooses to hit this I'm going to call it this ramp at the finish line. Thanks for joining us here on Hillside Live. We are at Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park in Dyersburg, Tennessee today for SRRS number 3 presented by GoForth Tires. We are on Hill 1 for our Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class right now. We're 5 drivers in. Cody Kaysen has the fastest time with a 63.6. He is also the current points leader for the series coming into this weekend. They're getting Big Bertha, Justin Hoback out there, pulled off of the course, and then we'll be right back. Dan Carter sitting on the starting line.
Okay, let's pull it over there where we can really get a good look at it somewhere else.
Zach, he's so ornery.
Who of you watching at home has ever been here to Bikini Bottoms to watch or compete in a race? If we have any of our drivers that are watching at home. Bikini Bottoms is home to the infamous concrete wall and what we call Fable Hill. We'll talk some more about that once we switch over and are racing on Fable Hill. What you looking for?
The times. That'd fix Daniel Heckley's time.
Daniel had a 68.486.
Yeah.
You got them all?
Cody Kaysen sitting in first with a 63.6. Daniel Heckley, 68.48. Justin Hoback with a 70. Jay Storch with a 70. Those guys are separated by fractions. And then Brandon Mims was our first runner. He ended up having Breland Mims. He had a bit of a rollover, but got
Carter.
Dan the man up there. Again, Dan gets out there and gets with it. He races, I think, all three of our side-by-side classes.
Yeah.
And usually he does it with three different side-by-sides.
He races Stock, Cup, and Bounty. He's fifth in points right now in the Rock Life Stock class. I believe he's first in Bounty.
That would probably make sense.
Let me just go look.
Dan's been racing for quite a while, and he's definitely...
He's first in points in the Bounty class right now.
I feel like that's kind of his forte, is Bounty. He does well in that.
Yeah, that's... I always like to say that's where he really shines.
Oh, I bet. I like watching him in Bounty. He usually gets out and gets with it. He ain't scared. Ben
Casey answering my question about who's been out here to Bikini Bottoms before. He said, yes, he has been sitting in Shrek's swamp.
It's kind of, yeah.
Before.
Yeah.
I forgot we called it that last year.
Yeah, when it's muddy.
It's stinky and thick.
Yes. And usually there's a hole for the bouncer
the
down there on that end that gets
Yep.
nasty. I think they cut out that earlier this year, so hopefully it doesn't look like there's any water down.
Dan went for the conservative after seeing Big Bertha launch it. 81.423 for Dan Carter. Karen Thomas wants to know what our schedule is today. Karen, it's the same as most of our Friday race schedules. We started early today because the Icelandic teams are going to be doing their testing and tuning this evening, and we wanted them to have the space to do that. So we are going to be doing Hill 1 for Stock, Cup, and Vin. As usual, take our short afternoon break and then do Hill 2 for those three classes as well. Dylan Dowler on the line. We haven't seen Dylan at the last couple races. I know he raced at the Lawrenceburg Fair in Middle Tennessee while we were at Missouri, while we were at Rush Springs.
2 weekends ago.
Uh-huh. That was going on.
Good times.
He said he got like second or third.
Yeah, there you go.
I remember.
I love going to like county fair events because usually, obviously, it's like
some
Jeeps and some trucks, and then I have the bouncer there, and it's so neat just to get out and hang out with the fans, and usually it's a more chill atmosphere. It's not a super competitive race. We get out and goof off, have a lot of fun. Afterwards, we'll usually get out and put a little bit of show on for the crowd. They always appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, there's always the freestyle.
Yeah, we appreciate that a lot. The fans, I think, enjoy it, too.
Yeah, the very first thing I ever raced at was a fair. Lawrenceburg Fair, like 12 years ago or something.
And in a bouncer?
Yeah. My dad, like 3 bouncers ago, we called it the MX4.
Woo.
Ooh, new leader.
Wow.
62.188. Smoking time from Dylan Dowler.
He did
just
it.
moved Cody Kaysen down to second place right now.
And that's hard to do. I mean, Cody's been very competitive this season, so Dylan was absolutely hauling. Again, you notice he didn't hit that jump real hard either.
Nope. I think after watching Jay and Daniel and Justin all come off it a little sideways.
They were airing it out. I mean, to put a four-seater that high up in the air is impressive.
It's not coming off level. That was the problem.
Yeah.
So I think that's why we saw Dan and Dylan. I don't know. We'll see if everyone else. Anything could happen still.
I think you'll see a few bouncers hit it, but I think most guys will be more conservative.
I don't know if the bouncers are going to get the air in the way that the UTVs would.
Timmy will definitely skim it. You know, he usually likes to skim the double jumps.
This is Scotty Harden on the line. And if you watched the race last year, and you are an eagle eye, you might have noticed they kind of filled in that ledge.
Yeah.
Right off the starting line.
Yes.
So it's not such a straight up extreme drop off. We definitely saw some carnage on that ledge last year.
We did.
So they kind of filled that in and made it a little more of a step down, which I'm sure everybody is grateful for.
Yes. Yeah, I don't come off.
One driver specifically comes to mind. Poor Trent Ratcliffe.
I was thinking, didn't he break a drive shaft?
I think so. So he
broke.
It's right off at the starting line. I think it was his first race in Sucker Punch.
I think he was newer to the bouncing world.
It was rough on several people last year.
And it was a pretty violent drop off too. Yeah. So even if you eased off of it, it's still pretty rough coming off of it. I would usually kind of just ease off of it. I wouldn't radically jump it off.
Good smooth run from Scotty so far.
Taking his time. Yeah, even when he barely hit it, you could see that left side.
74.506 for Scotty. Yeah, it definitely leans everybody coming on, which you can't tell from looking at it over here.
But yeah, you could see that driver's side tire just hit the ground really hard. Didn't even clear the jump.
Thanks for joining us here on Hillside Live, everybody. If you're just tuning in, you're watching the Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class. We have just a couple drivers left. This is Hill 1, our first class of the day, so you haven't missed too much yet. We are running our unlimited class, stock class, and VIN class today, as usual, for a Friday. We'll be doing Hill 2, and then we've also, as we've been talking about for this weekend, have the Icelandic Formula Off-Road teams here, and we are planning to bring some of them up, and we want you guys to be able to meet them and hear what they have to say. They've got some really cool stuff going on. The way that they score their racing, and it's just all so totally different.
It's very unique.
It's not based on times, if I understand correctly.
It's a point system.
Yeah, so I would love to hear some more about that. So we're gonna try and bring some of them up here later today.
It's they call them gates, and there's a red and a white one. And we were looking at the course last year, and I said, well, what happens if there's a white and red one? He goes, that means you have to come back down through there. I think it's the red always has to be on your right. So if there's a white and a red, that means you have to go up and go back through it. I said,
interesting.
I said, that's interesting.
So it's a lot. There's a lot of precision.
Yes, and if you
driving on a hillside,
you get, I think, 10 points per tire. So if you go through a gate and you get like 3 tires through, you still get points, even though the whole car didn't go through.
I gotcha.
It was really neat. We'll have to get him up here and talk about it.
Brandon Davis.
Got Mr. Davis Racing here. Cheryl's husband, as she likes to say. He is getting it. Ashley Callahan jumping in here. Justin Wills. He said snacky snacks. Justin Wills. With that Wills Racing team. Him and his daughter both race. Been racking up quite a bit of hardware this year. Gatlin. She races in our youth class. Justin races the Digging Deeper race team in that big bouncer.
All right, come on. Let's see what he does right here. He is to lose.
Brandon is second in points right now for the season coming into this weekend. He has been putting that Can-Am to work this year, racing both the stock class and the unlimited class. Looking good so far. I don't know if that's going to be
he's getting it.
62. And another hard left landing. Oh, he just took an unfortunate page out of Justin Hoback's playbook.
6'3.882.
6'3.
Again, smoking time, good enough for third place, but, I mean, just barely right behind Cody Kaysen was 63.60. But that not good enough. I mean, good enough to be on the podium, but not good enough for that top spot. But, again, you saw how it threw him really hard to that left side. So, again, we might see if they can tweak that a little bit for the big bouncers tomorrow. Or Clyde might say, hey, you know what? That's a challenge. Like, there's several times I'm like, Clyde, we need to we need to smooth out the runway to that jump. And he's like, no, I'm like, Clyde, that's a little too steep. We need to smooth it. Clyde's like, no, I don't. Me and Brandon Davis would have our way. We would make the course. We would do a little different.
Track racing, if you want. Smooth dirt.
We, me and Brandon Davis, like we like nice, big, long jumps. Clyde's like, no. I'm like, can we demo this? Can we demo this mountainside? No. He's like, no. But I like it because it makes you be a better racer, so I do enjoy it. This is Charles Chris. Might know him from his stage name as High Octane Films.
His stage name. His alter ego.
His alter ego, High Octane Films. Looks like he's doing he's doing side-by-side and VIN class this weekend.
And this is only his second time racing with us.
Really?
Yeah, it's Hollerwood.
He raced a Jeep. Yep.
First time, yeah.
Did he race a side-by-side there too?
He did race.
Okay, so he raced both classes there.
Oh!
Jumping through there.
What is going on in the kudzu out here today?
And what's crazy
is some wild stuff hiding on the track out there.
It's like a really thick ivy / grass that kind of just expands over everything and blankets everything, so it can hide some of the terrain. Again, there's a couple sharper turns and some big jumps up there. I like the good drone footage, kind of shows what's going on.
This is one of those courses where pre-running definitely would come in handy. Some parks more than others, it helps to go out and take a lap around. And I think that there are some surprises.
Might be hung up a little bit there.
Hiding in the kudzu area that a lot of the drivers did not know about already.
I don't know if he lost steering. Hit it till it sounds expensive. All right, sounds like we got a few UTVs left after this. I'm not sure. Is he hung up on something, or did he break he might have broke a tie rod. I'm trying to see. Maybe a flat tire. I can't quite tell. I'm trying to look in person versus the monitor, but our confidence monitors are good, but it's almost easier to sometimes turn around. We have a great view. Our little gazebo here. Oh my gosh. Zach. Bro.
How rude.
Oh, I'd love to. The problem is with Zach.
What?
Zach. Yeah. So the problem is with Zach, he is so sharp and he's so quick with the response, and he is so mentally sharp. Whatever you say, he has like 2 responses already preloaded.
It's best just to not get into it.
It's best just to walk away.
Yeah.
It's like fighting a guy with a gun. Like, it's not going to end well. I mean, you could get
this. If you start an insulting game with Zach,
it's not gonna go well. I've tried, and I've been on the losing end more times than I'd like to admit. So I just kind of laugh and walk away. Every once in a while, I'll banter with him back and forth. But and what I love about Zach is his responses are so funny. Even when he's making fun of you, you have to kind of laugh a little bit. That's the worst part. You're like, oh, that's a good one. That's pretty funny. So you can't really, and he makes fun of everybody. I mean, from like from the littlest, newest racer we have here to like Tim Cameron. He makes fun of everybody equally,
He's an equal opportunity offender.
Oh, he is. And again, if he wasn't such a nice guy, you'd like to hate him for it, but he's such a good guy, you're like, all right, okay. Yeah,
We've got Randy checking in. He says, hot dog man checking in.
I know.
Matt's got to be happy about that.
I am, but he recently messaged me and let me know that they're retiring from the hot dog business.
Oh, no.
I'm so sad. Randy and his wife, I am so devastated. I'm like, They usually, for those of we have a hot dog vendor that Randy and his wife that would park usually very close. Yeah, Jan, she messaged me this morning, hey, what time you guys going live? I was like, now. We're going live right now. They would park right next to our production trailer, which is usually we park next to right where the crowd's at. So the crowd would have really great access. Plus, they would usually help us out during our break time because we get really quick breaks for the live feed. So they usually took really great care of us, great care of the crowds.
I want everybody to know that before we even started this morning, Matt was asking what we were going to do for dinner.
Well, priorities, okay?
This is why the hot dog stand has such a special place.
It does. And they always took great care of us. They were super nice. They're great people. They bring their golf cart like at Mid-America. Just drive around, hang out, after hours, before, whatever. So we're sad to see them go. But we're also excited if they're going to retire, just travel. And that's kind of what they did before.
Take a little break.
Yeah, enjoy life.
Tiffany Porter, well, looks can be deceiving, but in this case they're not. The dust is kind of bad.
It is.
Ashley is making dishwashers. That's
stuck making dishwashers today?
Whatever that is doesn't sound as fun as watching a race at Bikini Bottoms.
It does not. But at least she's on the live feed commenting, so she at least has us propped up against.
That's right. You know what? That's what we're here for.
Yes.
When you can't come in person, you've always got Hillside
So
Live.
if you're at work in the U.S. or other countries, if you're at work and you just prop up your laptop, turn the speakers down low so the boss doesn't know, it's okay. We're okay with that.
Yeah, we don't mind.
It's Friday at 10. It's 11 o'clock here in Dyersburg.
We give you permission.
Yeah. It's cool. Get your headphones out like you're making a conference call. We're okay with that.
Austin Connell on the starting line.
Jenny.
All right, the time to beat right now is a 62.1 from Dylan Dowler.
Ashley said it's her full-time job. I'm like, okay, I see that. I see you.
We've got several drivers that we haven't seen for a few races now able to make it out this weekend.
And I love seeing.
Nice to have everybody coming back out in full force.
Yeah, and I love seeing new drivers hop in with us. It's always like I love seeing new drivers come out and say, hey, I've seen you guys. I've watched it on YouTube or I've watched it on the Rock Racing TV page, and I just think it's so cool. I want to try it. So I love seeing the new guys. Like, hey, I've never done this before, but I'm super excited, a little nervous. So it's always exciting to watch those new guys hop in with us and play around a little. Or guys haven't raced for a while. It's neat to watch them, and I really enjoy seeing that.
Well, and not everybody can make the commitment of a full season either. I mean, that's a lot of time and a lot of traveling.
Oh, yeah.
69.574. Not bad from Austin Connell. But, yeah, so we're glad even if drivers have to kind of pick and choose, what's close to home, what weekends you're available for.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
Come on out when you can.
Whenever the wife lets you, whatever. It's okay. We'll write you a permission slip. Write you a permission slip for work, whatever it takes,
All right, this is Braden Upchurch. And I do believe this might wrap up our Rock Life Off-Road Stock Class, Hill 1.
So far, so good.
He's ripping that Mid-America Outdoors logo. Speaking of, we need to make sure to talk about finals
at
some point today, Matt, and give everybody the rundown of Legends of the Fall.
I'm so excited.
And what that's going to be like. It'll be a combination with the Ultra 4 finals. Oh, goodness. I saw a lot of roof there for a second. I thought he went over. The kudzu did not claim another victim. That dust might go. Oh!
He
that tree did.
I don't think he hit it. It looked like he just.
I can't even see what just happened.
He just slid up to it. I think. I don't think he hit it. I think he just kind of. It was like a hard break.
So we always tell you guys, but it sounds like a good time for our regular broadcast news report here that these hills are in fact steeper in
They
person
are.
than they look like on camera. So if you think it looks like everyone's just kind of creeping down that hill,
We promise you.
between the steepness and the dust and trying to make that turn at the top, trust me, they're doing everything they can. 83.160, that does wrap up Hill 1 for our Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class. Matt, do we have a leaderboard?
Yes, we do. Again, we'll run through our top 10 here a second. We can't get thrown up there. All right. Dylan Dowler coming in first with a 62.18. Cody Kaysen and Brandon Davis were both at a 63. Again, look, Cody was able to squeak out Brandon, so Cody Kaysen came in second. Brandon Davis came in third. Daniel Heckley coming in fourth. Austin coming in fifth. Justin coming in sixth with that full body that he broke the wheel completely off of. Jay Storch coming in seventh. Scotty coming in eighth. Dan Carter coming in ninth. Tanner coming in 10th. And then Breland and Charles both had DNFs.
Hold up. Who you got is Tanner Garvin there? Tanner was not here today. I think that is Braden Upchurch's time that you just gave to Tanner there. That's a really creative spelling of Dylan. I haven't seen that one before.
Why, did I spell it wrong?
Just a little. That is Dylan Dowler.
D-I-L-I-A-N?
O-N. D-I-L-L-O-N.
O-N.
Dowler.
There we go. I'm trying to read and type and do three things at once. There we go. All right. Actually, I got to save it first. I don't know if you. If I save it, does it pop up on the leaderboard? This is our first year of the leaderboard, and we love it.
You still did it wrong, but that's okay. We'll work on it later.
Okay.
And there's an L after the W in Dowler.
Okay.
Who knew this name?
D-I-L-L-O-N.
D-O-W-L-L-E-R.
D-O-W-L-E-R. Solid.
You got it.
Great. Sure. I'll remember that.
There's going to be a quiz later.
Did I mention I rebuilt a motor, transmission, and transfer case this week?
You still did it wrong. There's no I. Okay. There's one I. It's in front of the L's.
D-I-L?
D-I-L-L-O-N.
O-N, okay. Okay. Yes. That's okay. Hey, you know what? Listen. Superman has kryptonite. I got spelling. I don't feel bad, you know?
Oh my gosh. Give me the laptop.
Well, just
give it to me.
Yeah. Did you click save? Okay.
How do you? Okay, save that.
Listen, I'm going to give you twice as much responsibility.
Save that.
And then I'll heckle you. How about that?
Save it.
Yeah.
Save that. All right, guys. After that excitement, we are going to move right on to our VIN class. We've got Dex Browder on the line. Dex's first time racing with us.
In the VIN class. Raced the bouncer. He raced last race with us.
This thing looks like it is brand new right off the lot.
Well, I think I saw him doing some testing with it this week.
Dex Browder, if y'all need any of these Cherokee Jeeps, y'all go to Selmer, Tennessee. Dex's Jeep will hook you up.
All right.
They work on Jeep Cherokees, and they work on all Jeeps, actually. And Jeep Cherokee is one of the specialty things they do. They can rebuild your entire Cherokee with the fleet of parts they have sitting at their shop. Those guys are kind of master rebuilders when it comes to the Jeeps. They do a ton of Cherokee stuff.
That's a handy thing to have around when you want to race the VIN class.
Yeah. They literally have like a fleet in behind their shop. So whatever part you need, don't worry, they got you. And the best part is, you know what I love about Cherokees? You can drive them as hard as you want, and they'll be fine.
I'm just impressed that he didn't get lost out here, because that was a lot of winding and... Oh, nice. That's a good run. 71.029.
That's comparable to the side-by-side times.
Browder.
Like, these guys are getting it.
It was a much different course, but they still had to run through the kudzu and everything.
Yeah,
so.
that's a comparable side-by-side time.
Hey, he was moving pretty good.
A great crowd shot of our spectators from our drones.
One thing we mentioned about Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park earlier is how spectator-friendly it is. You can see right there what a nice lineup. Everybody can watch all the racing action on the hillside right from that one area right there.
Wonderful flyover by our Delta Drone Works drone crew.
There's our production trailer.
We love it. He's going to zoom in right behind us. You know he is. We're going to wave. Hey, everybody.
Coming into the race line
There we go.
runway. And in for a landing.
Hey, Daniel, don't laugh. That's your customer. It used to be. You didn't answer your phone. See? You counted it out.
All right, who we got here? Looks like Charles pulling up to the line. Charles Crrs, I think this is only his second race with us. First time was Hollywood.
All right, back for Redemption Run. Y'all might remember Charles Carris from his run in the UTV stock class. He's the one that broke up there with the Can-Am, but he's out to grind the net.
Charles is getting it. He definitely wheels his. That is definitely a trail rig. It's got some bumpers. You can tell it's got some love here recently. He goes out and plays with that.
The body, the panels, it's all like moving around as one unit back
Yeah.
there.
Get a little. The Cherokees without the lift gate in the back tend to get a little floppy on the rear. I understand.
Like a monster truck.
It kind of. Yeah, it is like a monster truck. You break some of that fiberglass, they get a little floppy on the back too.
I'm sure that's what he was intending.
Floppy's not a word you want to hear
Exactly like that.
coming off your off-road rig. Floppy's not a word you want to hear describe it.
So he had a little bit of tough luck racing in the stock class and his Can-Am earlier, but he's already passed that section where he got caught up.
Yeah.
So things are looking up for him here in the VIN class. All right, he just has to go down and around and come back through the finish line.
Shout out to our Rock Racing TV cameraman. They're taking great care of us this weekend, braving some dust clouds.
Oh, and not going too crazy.
Get her
on
done.
the finish line there.
What's Charles's time?
86.162 for Charles Carris. You guys are probably used to seeing him behind the camera, not behind a steering wheel. So, it's a fun change of pace.
Yeah, he's usually on the other side of the steering wheel. So, on the outside videotaping.
On the outside looking in.
Although nowadays with camera phones, like the video quality is just bananas. Like it's crazy to see what, a camera that cost $1,000, 3 to 5 years ago versus like a new iPhone now. It's like they almost shoot the same quality. It's incredible. Now, obviously, that's excluding like a red camera. They said Colton's got the air conditioning on. Join live.
So this is Colton on the starting line. Yeah, he looks pretty comfortable
Yeah.
in there. He's got like windows and everything.
Well,
still.
he had his windows down while we were following him in. We were right behind him at the stoplight, and he had like windows down in the Jeep, driving. Well, everything was on the trailer, obviously.
We drove that thing to dinner at.
That's right. Our last race. What was our last one?
Hollywood?
Yeah, Hollywood. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
When
that wasn't our last
when the
one,
Mexican
but-
place was too full, so we just went to the pizza place.
Yeah, so we actually drove this Jeep all the way from, and it was after he had raced it too.
Yeah.
And stuff was like rattling, and I'm like,
That is funny.
He's got like a wire wrapped around the door to keep it shut. It goes around the pillar. I was like,
I'll say
oh.
we asked him, how was it? He's like, well,
Say a little prayer.
he said it gets a little shaky after 35 mile an hour.
Yeah, but we drove it like, I don't know. It was like 20 minutes to go to dinner.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
From
it's
the
like
park
3 to 5
and
miles.
back.
3 to 5 miles away, but it's all like twisty turvy gravel roads
We
over
survived.
a creek.
Icelandic brother from another mother. Yep.
We're starting to see some of the Icelandic.
I hear a hammer. It sounds like somebody's
folks.
hammering on something over in the pit area. And I don't know.
They were all still in their tents this morning, but
I
they're
don't-
like,
I don't know if that's a side-by-side
now.
racer trying to get their side-by-side fixed because we saw several wheels come loose, or is it a Icelandic guy trying to get a Icelandic car because they're going to do some testing and tuning later today. They might even do it a little bit while we're racing, so we might cut to that if they're over there playing around a little bit and we got a recovery or something.
thanks everybody for tuning in. If you're just joining us, you're watching Hillside Live. We are at Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park in Dyersburg, Tennessee for SRRS number 3. This is our 9th race of the season. We only have one more after this.
This is Colton Holback racing. .128. Colton was second in points coming into this weekend. Wow.
In the VIN class behind Don Curtis. See how this might shake things up a little, having the Browder brothers come out.
It's definitely going to
This
shake
is
some things up.
This is Justin Browder on the
Again,
on the line now.
They work on like, I'm going to exaggerate here. They work on like 300 Jeeps a week. They just absolutely crank them out. You need a motor or any Jeep parts, give them a call. They can take care of you on your Jeep and Jeep. It's like propane and propane accessories. They sell Jeep and Jeep accessories. I know it smells good. I know. I just see you like sniffing it. I'm like, I don't know what you're smelling, but it smells good. It's like we're sitting next to an It's like we're sitting next to an Outback Steakhouse right now. It smells amazing. I hear Bessie on the announcing mic. I see him over there. He's underneath the
Zach sitting over there
just chilling, having the time of his life.
under a tent. All right, the time to beat is a 71 from Dex Browder.
Do you think his brother will beat him? Rex races hard, but when you're racing I'm going to say a $500 Cherokee, how much competitive advantage do you have?
I don't know does Justin have much of a race history? I don't know. I mean, we saw Dex race with us.
I mean, he's a
quite
Browder,
bit.
so I would say yes.
Oh, that was sketchy.
It was. I like that he just never lifted, though, either. He just kept sending it.
He would have been on his side. So
he's like, you know what?
It was the right move.
And here's my thing. In a $500 Cherokee, how much can you tear it up? I mean, can you do $500 of damage to the $500 Cherokee? I don't think so. Like, your parts are... Well, yeah, but if you break it, you still got a motor and transmission. You can part it out for more than $500. So, like, you really can't lose money by racing it. So, I'm going to say this is definitely a win for those guys.
So, go fast, don't die.
Yeah. Yeah. I seen some old
That's
guy
the
with
motto.
an old guy with a Harley jacket he had since like the 60s and 70s, and it said, race hard, don't die. I'm like, I love that.
Ooh.
Man, that thing's taking a beating. Again, you got to love a Cherokee.
Whoa.
I tell people all the time, they're like, oh, I want to get an off-roading, I want to buy a Jeep. And I'm like, start with a Cherokee. You can have so much fun with a $500 Cherokee. Oh, baby.
That was a nice landing.
That's a perfect smooth landing.
Did he do it?
Here we go.
7.6.227.
Wow.
That's a second place time,
Second.
but not enough to dethrone his brother Dex.
Almost exactly 5 seconds behind Dex. Almost 5 seconds behind him. Exactly.
Don Curtis, though, is our reigning champ in the Yukon VIN class. He's made it to almost every race this season. He is first in points for the year.
Yes.
That's not going to change.
No, I don't think we were adding him up. I think it's the
there
last
are enough
race.
points left in the season,
yeah.
I believe. To
Even if those guys raced 4 more courses, there's still not enough points to dethrone him. So he will absolutely be our series champion. Again, I think he's come to every race except one. 2 races ago, they were heading home and broke a transfer case in their tow vehicle. Went to Clyde's shop. Clyde was helping find one, get it all taken care of. He said, "Yeah, we went to the hotel on Sunday." I said, "Oh, did you guys find a transfer case?" He goes, "Nope, we just hung out, had some good time, went to the pool." ate and drank and had a good merry time sitting around the pool. He said, we just enjoyed it.
Had a merry old time.
Yeah,
huh?
he goes, we just had like a vacation day. He said Monday we got to the shop early, put the transfer case in. He said we were home by early wee hours or morning Tuesday, and Tuesday morning I was at work.
Hey, after a weekend of hustling to get to the race and during the race and everything, everybody needs a little time to unwind sometimes. So Dex came out the gate and set the bar pretty high for Hill 1 in the VIN class.
Yeah. And I said something to Don, and I was like, oh, what's your plan? He's like, I'm going to come out and come hard. He goes, I can't let all these Jeeps beat me. He goes, I got to beat a few of them at least. But this truck, he has a big motor. He sits up high. I mean, it's, if you're, hitting some tight corners on a steep.
Do you think it's nimble enough, though? That's
I don't know.
In this course, with how twisty it is in the kudzu area over here. One thing for sure is Dawn has been having a blast in this class all season long, and it's definitely been a fun. You're like right on the edge there. Sorry. We had Dex come join us up in the. I don't want you to fall off the back. We haven't lost anybody yet.
Dex Browder hopping up at the booth. You're currently sitting first. The big thing was, were you going to beat your brother? You got you're at 71 and he's at 76. So you just beat him by a few seconds there. Kind of squeaked him out. Yep. So, again, just squeaked him out by a few seconds there. We're watching Don Curtis right now. He's our current champion.
He's about to go through the finish
line. I wouldn't hit that too hard in that big full-body Chevy.
Looks like he had the same thought, right?
See what his time's going to be.
88.869 for Don Curtis.
Okay, there's our leaderboard. Looks like Dex Browder. Wow, squeaking in the top. Is this the first time we had seen you race a stock class vehicle?
Yeah, this first time.
And we were talking about your shop. Explain your Jeep shop.
That's why we play with the Cherokees so much. I got about 700 Cherokees.
Okay, I set a whole pack of them behind a field. So
that's what if I bust the front end out, I just
you're
get
swapping
one.
Out. Yeah,
it's so much fun. I ain't worried about nothing costing anything. So people's like, well, get into Toyotas, they're better. I was like, this costs nothing.
It does. And we said that. I said, how much damage can you do to a $500 Cherokee? I'm like, it's still worth $500 because the drivetrain you can sell out of it. So
this is like the perfect class.
Yes.
For your situation.
Yeah.
And that's Justin. See, that's my Jeep too, the green one.
Yeah.
He's scared of breaking my stuff. I truly don't care, but he can't get that in his head. Just drive it. I do not care. Put on the show. So
super awesome.
I was trying to bring Cash one, but it didn't happen.
That would be even better. Again, like I said, for those viewers at home, Dex Browder came in first place in the stock class, the VIN class. Justin Browder right behind him, about 5 seconds separated you and your brother. Charles Chris squeaked out third, about 2 seconds in front of Don. And then Colton Holbeck wrapping up that top five at a 90-second time. So, again, hey, not bad. First and the second, you and your brother, that's you're on the podium at least for the beginning of the day. Your brother had kind of a squirrely run there.
Yeah, he was a little chicken on this stuff. I think I come off it a little hotter.
But you definitely came off a little hotter.
Downhill,
it's just you can't see nothing under the hood, and you're just holding the gas. it's scary. So.
He kind of rode the side of this ramp and got it was a little sketchy.
How does it compare racing a stock vehicle to a rock bouncer?
It's pretty different. Like the Cherokee bottoms out all the time, but you just forget about it. You just drive it.
You just keep driving anyway.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's completely different. The bouncer's a lot faster.
Yeah.
Trying to keep up with what's going on.
Do you have to kind of calculate where you're going with the stock class vehicle?
Yeah, that's why you read magazines back in the day. They was talking about people that just start with 43s. They don't know how to drive. But if you start with 31s, you realize, hey, my tire needs to hit this shot to get it. So that definitely helps out learning, where to put tire placement.
Yeah, you started out. Again, most of us start out super poor. So we wheeled piece of junk for years. It broke the first pebble you hit. You had to learn. Where to place your wheels at what lines. When
to let off the gas, when you can gas it, what you can do.
And I was telling them a lot of times I tell people starting a Cherokee, you can go buy a 4-door Cherokee for $500, take it out and have a blast for at least a wheeling trip and go, hey, I really like, go do out and wheel on a weekend and go, hey, by the end of the weekend you're going to love it or you're going to hate it.
Yeah.
And then you can start upgrading bigger lift and tires and all the stuff. But Cherokees are a lot of fun. They're really enjoyable. What do you guys typically work on? I mean, motors, transmissions?
As far as me?
Yep.
I just dropped down to just my junkyard. That's what, 700 vehicles by myself. That's all I can do. So Justin, he does a machine shop as far as building motors and stuff.
Okay. So
we go hand in hand as far as, our businesses.
So about anything you need for a Cherokee, they can hit you up and. Okay.
If I don't have it, you're probably SOL. So.
We hadn't seen much of you guys this year. Before we head over to our unlimited class, are we going to be seeing you at finals?
Oh, I don't know.
Still thinking about it?
I'm still thinking about it.
All
I don't
right.
want to rear my buggy on those hills.
The Legends of the Fall is going to be down there at Disney. Those rocks are pretty rough, although some of them aren't super horrible. It's kind of interesting, and I think I can't wait to watch some of the top guys go and hit them and hit some of the wheels and see how that transactions. And 2 races on Thursday, 1 on Friday, 1 on Saturday. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out because you got 4 days, 3 days of racing. So
that finals, that one race that I won, that's what. It was so nervous.
Yeah, that's right.
I couldn't sleep. I was like, all I got to do is finish the hills tomorrow and I'll win.
Yeah.
I don't think I slept at all.
Oh, I bet.
Pressure.
Yeah. Just to be like, and I'm the only guy to do it. No pressure. Yeah.
But that's what I was going to say. We was talking about Cherokees. Justin Holt, he said, if you would come out and drive your bouncer the way you drive the Cherokee, fearless. But I'm still getting in my head that this thing shouldn't break. You can hit whatever you want to do, but you're still worried about, what if I break an axle?
Yeah.
So you hadn't felt it out yet, so. Wade, he just don't care.
Wade don't. Yeah. Wade, zero cares. He gets out, and I think he is obviously a great wheelman. Very, very competitive driver. Very awesome to see come out. I was very impressed at how well the transition from side by side to big bouncer.
It's like nothing.
No, he didn't. He kept asking. I kept asking him, picking his brain. Well, what's the difference? What do you enjoy? He said, you know what? It's way easier to drive. You got bigger tires, more suspension, bigger horsepower. He said it's way easier to drive a big bouncer than it is a side by side. He said so. Obviously he was very competitive in that. We all watched him at finals last year when he was literally in first place and literally within 1 day almost tumbled from first to third. And every no matter you were a fan Wade or not, your heart broke for him. You're like, I feel your pain, buddy.
Well, so like at Pro Rock, that's what he broke his UTV. It had nothing to race, and Chris come to me and said, can he just climb a hill? I was like, sure.
Yeah.
So he buckled in, never drove it to the start line and won the race.
Wow.
He's never drove it at all.
Wow.
And everybody hated it.
Yeah, and everybody's like, get this guy out of here.
And then
that's a jerk face.
Windrock, he did the exact same thing. He got in it, and he drove it before, and then he won again. So this kid, he's true. He's good.
Again, it's awesome to see, like I said, it's awesome to see a guy transition from one type of vehicle to a completely different type of vehicle and do very well. Again, I think that's a testament to his being a true wheel man, being out there to get out there and put it down. And obviously, I thought he'd be a lot more timid in the beginning, and he kind of came out just swinging for the fences right out the gate. So.
Yep. All right, I'm going to get some water.
All right. Again, that was Dex Browder.
Here, Dex.
He is our current points champion this morning. We're about halfway through the day. We got unlimited UTV class coming up next.
He's not leading in points, but he is.
Well, for today.
He did have the fastest time on Hill 1.
Today, currently, he's leading in points.
Gotcha.
So, exciting to see him up here.
We are just about ready to move into our RCV Axle Unlimited UTV class.
Taylor was going to try to throw a course up for us, I thought. Bam, look at that.
That helps a lot.
Yeah, so if you're confused about that, don't feel bad.
Yeah.
It's lots of uphill, lots of downhill. They're going to come out the starting gate, that first bottom arrow right above the U. They're going to come out the starting gate, come across the double jump, climb a big hill, not the biggest, but a bigger hill, come down the backside, come over. It looks like they're going to climb up the ladder next. Climb up the ladder, hit the kudzu, come back, drop down Cable Hill, and then hit the jump again for finish. So.
And Nathan King is off the line. So.
Again, he's our very first UTV Unlimited class driver.
Let's get a first-person.
Looks like there is some mud down there.
First-person view of the course here.
Yeah. And you know what?
First-person shooter, first-person driver? Is that what we're going to
Yeah, I like it.
First-person driver?
He is definitely getting it. He is not being sissy about it right now.
Oh.
His sister.
Dust just kind of dragging
his sister is sitting right at the bottom. His sister and dad both sitting at the bottom hill, glued to his buggy. Watch him to make sure, see what he does. See if he can pick up any pointers.
So we have a little bit of a different view this time. Instead of it being in the cab, it looks like it's out on the front. Is it like?
Yes, I love that, and you can see. I love it. It's like trying to get a picture-in-picture here.
It's out on the front of the buggy.
This is incredible. Again, trying to get that in cab.
He made his way through that the CA Tech course through the kudzu. Oh!
Ooh.
Dragging him downhill again. Man, the silty dust we were talking about earlier.
I love how violent that front end view is. It shows how rough this course can be.
And we are
coming through. Now, does he hit the jump? Oh, he did. Just enough.
Moderately. 87.234. Although it does sound like he might have gotten a little bit off course. We'll update you guys if anything changes from that.
Got Clyde up there.
Since he was the first person out there,
yes.
It all looked good to me.
Yes.
I couldn't tell that he went off course.
Clyde and Jack are up there. Michael Garst. You can see Keith Toolman up there. See Jack from Delta Drone Works up there. He runs our drone. He also does in-car stuff for us this race. We're trying it out, see if we like it. So far, I like the picture-in-picture, by the way. Shout out to our systems operator back there in the booth. Yeah. He's like, okay, oh great, okay. What is your title, by the way? Is it like, yeah. I mean, like some days you're the switcher, some days you're like the director, some days you're like a producer. Some days you're like, some days you're like the lunch getter guy. Like, I tell people that. Like, what do you do in production? I said, well, sometimes I do broadcasting in front of the camera. Other times I run a camera, and other days I go get lunch. I said, California, I went and got pizza. So, sometimes, hey, everybody's got to eat, You're the best guy in the world. You walk in 5 or 6 pizzas. You make a lot of friends that way. Clyde, I always try to make sure Clyde eats because he's usually like, I don't have time. Like, Clyde, you got to eat. It's been like 36 hours, bro.
What are we waiting
There you
on
go.
Here? Whoa.
A little pan shot there. Again, you can kind of see the arch there of all the side-by-sides. Again, we talk about this being kind of a giant amphitheater. That's the view from the top of the hill. You can kind of see how they all bow around, and not a bad seat in the house. So, again, it's super neat to see there. You can see the starting line off to the left.
What a difference from the days of lining the hillside and clinging to trees to watch the race with rocks flying by you. So glad that things have progressed from the way they were 10 years ago. Cooper Bentley out on the course now.
Cooper's one of our seasoned drivers as well and been competing for quite a while. Pretty much a rock star. He's also a guy that's out on the course, so if you're watching and racing,
I call him more of a pop star because he does sing Taylor Swift.
He really does.
When he does karaoke, he does Taylor Swift.
He does.
He's a pop star.
I heard he was doing some Taylor Swift songs the other day.
I've seen the videos.
Yeah.
There's evidence out there.
He's one of our young guns, up-and-comer guy.
You can see that. Oh, there we go.
Aired it out. What? I feel like that's the Dukes that has a horn there.
No, you missed that opportunity, Nathan.
I know. He didn't hit the horn this time.
No, he didn't.
Well,
he said it was kind of working intermittently when we were in Missouri.
I'm sure bouncing around and thrashing on our courses has nothing to do with it, right?
Nothing.
Dust. Nothing could get dust, dirt, mud, water. Nothing could go wrong there. It's just electronics, right?
So one of the cool things about Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park is what you just saw Cooper come down, the Cable Hill replica. Let's see what his time is when he crosses the finish line, and then we're going to talk some more about that. .479 from Cooper Bentley. Not bad, not
bad. Not a bad time. Again, that puts him in the leader right now.
That's good enough for first place unless somebody does it faster.
Zach. He's like, that's good enough for first place until somebody does it faster. Thank you, Zach.
Well, he's not wrong.
I mean, he's not. He's not.
Argue with that logic.
So
the Cable Hill replica here at Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park. It is one of the cool things here. It's kind of one of their infamous obstacles out here. And so if you're familiar with the actual Cable Hill at Gray Rock, Alabama, the park is no longer raceable.
Yes.
It's private property, and but we used to have events there and have races there. And they surveyed Cable Hill and then came here and replicated it with concrete, basically. Because Cable Hill is like a rocky chute.
Yes.
Steep, and it often has water coming down it, and it's a real feat and an accomplishment if you've made it up Cable Hill. I have tried and failed twice, I think, over the years. Once in the juggy and once in the eventer.
Wet or dry?
It was like crazy sloppy wet in the juggy. It sat and rained on us for 20 minutes before we went.
I say dry, it's pretty easy to climb. Like, you can climb it like a Cherokee on like 35s. But wet, it doesn't matter how much horsepower you have. It doesn't matter what tires you have. So, all right.
We'll talk about Cable Hill a little bit more when we come back from this break.
The Mickey Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. The Baja Boss MT. No compromises, ever. We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal, and here's the proof. Powerfly XD construction, asymmetrical tread design, extreme side biters, and more. Find your tire size today at MickeyThompsonTires.com.
So, a little bit of a trivia question.
Yes.
We call it Fable Hill here at the park.
Yes.
Don't say anything, Mac. I don't want you to give it away.
Okay.
So, for those of you watching, why do we call it Fable Hill? Oh, this is Richard Hodges out on the course. Why do we call it Fable Hill, and who named it that? Can you answer the question? Why is it called Fable Hill and not just, the new Cable Hill or whatever else you could call it? And who named it Fable Hill? See if you guys can answer. Throw that up in a comment.
So Richard's doing well.
I thought it was a little shake and bake sitting there on the starting line at first glance.
That silver and blue stick out well. And Adam Kuntz is here this weekend. Got to see him run around earlier.
Uh-oh. He's smoking. He is into the CA Tech course, the Kudzu course.
It's a good time.
And it is rough in there. We've seen lots of carnage already happen. The most carnage of the day so far, actually all of it really, has been over there in the Kudzu section of the course. Not on the big hills.
Yeah.
But
minus Justin's jump. Minus that.
That's true.
Minus his jump.
We did see some finish line carnage, but there are definitely a few nasty surprises out there in that winding section.
Yeah.
Jackie LeCroy's tuning in.
I seen
you too.
I seen the LeCroy truck and trailer up there. So we'll have to see what Cash is going to do this weekend.
That's right. We haven't seen old Cash Money in a while. Matt Buxton, fake Cable Hill. Yes, you are right on that. It is called Fable Hill because it's the fake Cable Hill. Ha, get it? And Bobby did not name it. So that question is still up for grabs. Who named it Fable Hill?
I feel like Bobby kind of did. I feel like he was down there. I feel like he kind of did.
Oh, really?
I miss Bobby. I actually called him this week.
Are you trying to send false?
No. I miss Bobby so much.
I
actually talked to him this week just to tell him I missed him. I did.
Oh, Bobby.
Talked to him for about a half hour.
How's he doing?
He's doing good. He's going to try to come to finals.
Awesome.
He said, but I can't say that too loud for my wife. He said, but I'm going to try to come to finals.
So you just said it on the live feed instead.
He's like, I'll see what I can do.
So everybody, mom's the word.
Yes,
don't tell Stacy.
Yes, don't tell his wife, but you all are keeping a secret. He might come to finals. I'm sure he'll bring her with him if he comes.
I hope so.
I said we miss him.
He has broken a axle. Bummer.
But you know what?
He was doing everything he could out there on this
course.
Hopefully,
that's going to be a fairly easy fix, and he can get a finish of the second course.
All right, the trivia question is still up for the grabs. Who named Fable Hill?
Was it this next guy racing?
We call it that because it's the fake Cable Hill.
Was it this next guy racing?
Who do we have? No, it wasn't him.
He's raced that hill a few times.
He's named a lot of buggies in his day.
He's named a few courses too.
But yeah, but they've been named after him anyway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
But he did not name Fable Hill. Does anybody else out there know? Matt wants to know what number is Clint, aka Wade, aka my buggy. Wow, there's a lot going on with that. He's about halfway through Hill 1, halfway through the list, so like 5 more drivers or so, Matt. Tim Cameron is on the line. If you didn't recognize that black and green.
11. Did you tell him that already or no?
I said like 5 more drivers.
Yeah. Timmy Cameron. He won first place at both of our last races. There's some mud over there. You can see it splashing. Look at this guy just sending it.
What a strange feeling it must have been for him to win first at a race.
Times 2.
Yeah, how strange that must have been for him. Never been in that position before.
Yeah, he's never been there before. His wall has to add like a new shelf each year just for all his stinking trophies.
We are, of course, being sarcastic.
Yes.
If you are new to the sport, welcome to the series, National Rock Racing Association. If you don't know who Tim Cameron is, go type his name into YouTube.
Yeah, just type it anywhere, really anywhere, probably. What's funny is new people are like, why do you be so mean to that guy? Like, he's a rock star, okay?
Rock star.
Yes, yes, rock star. See what I did there? His iconic green and black can be seen for years and years on YouTube.
Making quick work
he did.
of Fable Hill.
He blasted down that. That's going to be a smoking time. Looks like he checked up a little bit. Wow.
74.261.
That is your new leader. But you know what? He was only 4 seconds faster than Cooper Bentley. I mean, he looked like he was absolutely flying through that course, and he was only 4 seconds faster than Cooper Bentley. I thought that would be like a 62-second time just by how fast it looked like he was going. But he was very smooth, too. But even that lap, he kind of checked up quite a bit on that jump, and it still threw that front end down quite a bit.
Yeah, that's definitely deceiving.
It
that
is.
Ramp.
Yeah. I think we're going to have to see him.
I don't think that it was intentional.
No, it wasn't.
in how it was built, but that's it's given a little bit extra obstacle here to everybody before they can cross the finish line. Looks like Spencer Grindstaff on the line. It's been a little while since we saw Spencer out here.
He must have took the summer off. At finals last year, Spencer is a heck of a racer. At finals last year, probably he is moving. Probably the steepest part of the finals last year. Spencer was pulling up, just dropping the front tires over the lip of like the steepest part, basically showing you he made it, and they would roll back down and giggle. And it was me and Tim Cameron. There's 3 or 4 of us stands up. He kept doing that 4 or 5 times. Pull up there, drop front wheels, and giggle, and just roll back down. And I'm just like, man, like basically being like, I did the hardest part, ha ha ha. They like roll back down. I'm like, man, it's and you would see his smile from ear to ear.
We should probably note that Spencer's 18.
Yeah,
I think he graduated high school this year.
Okay. I knew he was younger, 16, 17, 18, somewhere in there.
Yeah, he did graduate this year because I got
yes, that's right.
Announcement.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, that's a sketchy spot.
Luckily,
he can drive out of it.
Yeah, luckily he was able to save it.
If he can get it in gear. There he goes.
You can see how, again, I don't know how good the camera is showing it, but you can see how deep that silt and sand is right there.
That is a super off-camber section, too, coming traversing across the hill and also, and it's very steep. It's so much steeper in person than it looks on camera.
And obviously, it's like slick, too.
With how thick this dust is, it just kind of cascades down there and carries you with it. 103.636 for Spencer. We got Jonathan Shepard watching of Skinny Pedal Fab. Speaking of Skinny Pedal, we have not announced our winner from Rush Off-Road yet. I am waiting because I think we're going to have a good moment for it a little bit later.
Okay.
So we will be announcing that.
We had a couple wild rides there, too.
We sure did. We had some good nominees.
Got Mr. Cash LaCroix.
Speaking of somebody else we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, something about this race here this
Yes.
weekend. Everybody's coming out of the woodwork
I like
to be
it.
part of it. Cash is hauling. It's almost like he's been practicing or something, Matt.
He's moving. What'd you say?
I said it's almost like he's been practicing or something.
Yeah.
Like he's had some seat time.
Yeah. He's had a few.
I do believe that Cash is our youngest driver out here. Of course, not including our UTV youth class.
Yes.
Let's see what he got for a time here. 72.972. That is your new fastest time on Hill 1 right now in the RCB Axle Unlimited class.
He was moving.
Cash has been doing some short course racing this year. We haven't seen as much of him out here this season as we have in the past, but he's diversified.
Yes.
His racing options now.
I wasn't at the last short course racing they had at Mid-America. I was curious how he did there. He had some troubles at the beginning of the season, had a few collisions.
I did hear that he picked up a new nickname.
He did. It involves Crash.
Poor little Crash.
But, anytime you're starting a new sport, I mean.
Oh, yeah, there's a learning curve.
And the sport we do, and we race one at a time. There, you have 12, 14 other dudes trying to bang your doors at the same time. And, again, they're trying to run over you. They do not care. These guys are there to win. These are very competitive drivers.
Definitely a learning curve and a different style.
Yeah, he's not starting out in a kiddie class. He's running a big boy class, so.
Well, he just came out and laid down a big boy time with that 72.9. That's going to be hard to beat. Looks like we've got Wade Good on the line and Matt Buxton's buggy running for Clint Garrison.
Yes.
I want you all to keep that straight.
Yes. And Wade is going to come out and absolutely rock this course. I'm curious to see what his time is going to be. What our listeners out there, what do you think Wade's time is going to be? Fastest time right now is a 72. Oh, 72.97. So almost 73 seconds. Do we think he's going to be... Man, it's getting hard to see out there.
This is the first time we've seen Wade back in the Cup
side
class
by side
this season.
Yeah.
He's been focusing on the bouncer class. A little bit off course, but hey, we didn't need that kudzu anyway.
Yeah. He's still pinning it, though.
So Wade started his racing journey with us here in the series in the side-by-side class, moved up to bouncers this season. So this is the first time we've seen him back in the
Wow.
rental.
Oh!
Oh, no!
I think he hooked the tree.
I think Cash is looking kind of happy right now.
Oh, dude.
God.
Look, I guarantee his helmet is packed full of that dust and sand and dirt. Again, had a smoking run going. Wow.
93.326. Man, that's a bummer, but hey, that's racing.
Yeah, you hate to see it. I figured he'd be sub, 72s.
I think he was on course to definitely get up in one of those top spots.
But if you're going to mess up in a side-by-side or the bouncer class, today would be the day to mess up in a side-by-side class. Bree, come on, bro.
Sorry. Alston Tidwell out on the course. Oh. A little stoppy there. A little nose action. Alston, another one of our drivers we haven't seen out here in a while. This park must be close to home, or everybody had this weekend available. They all wanted to come out and see the Icelandic racing again, something, because everybody came back out this weekend.
It's a good time.
We love it.
I brought a couple of buddies with me this weekend, and they're excited to come. I said this would be a great race to come to because obviously you'll see side-by-side racing, you'll see the VIN class racing, you'll see big bouncers, youth class, and then the Iceland guys jump in there. I'm excited to watch them skim the water. That's going to be really neat.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that.
It's very cool. They did it at nighttime last and had a bunch of lights set up. It was a lot of fun.
I think they were doing it during our banquet last time.
It was
when we still were doing finals here.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I didn't go see it.
I think it was right before.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Alston Tidwell got a little turned around.
Yeah, stink.
That was not – he was supposed to come down Fable Hill. Speaking of Fable Hill,
is he going back up? It looks like he's going to go back up.
All right, he wants to finish and get his points. Speaking of Fable Hill, we still have not had a correct guess on who named it. Where's he going?
Turn. Yeah, it's every once in a while you'll see somebody's wheels turn sideways, and it literally it covers up half the tire. I mean, there's a foot probably of that powder.
It's so loose. That top layer is deep.
It's like like talcum powder. It's like a foot deep.
And you can see how he's just sliding in it. He's doing everything he can to get turned around on this course. The Mickey Thompson Mountainside out here, ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot going on. There's a lot of twists and turns, and when you're strapped in, you've got your Hans device on, you are your shoulder belt, you got your seat belts on so tight, you can't move, which is what you want. That's what keeps you safe. But your visor's full of dust. You can't see. I mean, it's difficult. So
I tell people, it's like being a fighter pilot. You're strapped in. You can only see what's right in front of you.
Yeah, you can't turn your head.
There we go.
You see some sky, some dust, some sky, a tree.
All right.
164.639. I'm sure Alston is not happy with that run, but way to hang with it and figure out a way to complete the run anyway.
Still got to finish out of it.
All right, we have Lee Blake on the line now. This is Lee's second time only racing with us. He said he raced with us at Hollerwood last year. He drove out from West Virginia this weekend.
Which I thought was going to, he said it was like, what, an 8-hour drive? I thought it was going to be a lot longer than that.
I think he said like 7.
7, 8 hours.
Like that?
I thought it would actually be a lot longer.
Yeah, I did too.
So I was kind of excited to see different states get involved too.
Very western side of West Virginia. Virginia.
Yes. Yes.
No.
All right, clock is hot. Here we go.
We've got a handful of drivers left, guys. Looks like about 5 or so. This is Hill 1 for the RCB Axle Unlimited UTV class. Thanks for joining us here on Hillside Live. We're at Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park in Dyersburg, Tennessee, enjoying a beautiful weather and a great day of racing. There's so much more still to come, so hopefully you guys will get to catch most of that. If not out here in person, then definitely on Hillside Live. Tiffany reminded me Matt, that we didn't get to watch skimming because we had to set up for the banquet.
Okay.
That's why I missed it.
Okay.
I was out there setting up.
That's right. I'll say it was right. I think it was the skimming was
after.
before the banquet.
Yeah, so we were setting up. So maybe I'll get to catch it this year.
It's a good time.
No,
well, yeah,
no
banquet
this time.
Yeah. It'd be neat.
Apparently, we're going to try and
go
live
live.
with it.
That'd be cool.
So you too can experience this.
Yeah, we just need about 5 miles
of
cable. No big deal. Taylor, he's like,
we're going to leave the qualifier of we're going to try and go live in there so nobody can
It's
be
very
too
cool. It's really, really neat to see.
Lee Blake is doing an awesome job out on the course right now. Coming into that finish
Here we
line.
go. I checked up a little bit. Smart.
Oh,
no! You can see the checkered flag
didn't
right.
Cross the finish line.
He is literally 5 feet from the checkered flag. Man, that stinks.
Oh, and he had a great smooth run. I'm telling you, this ramp.
Yeah.
Whoever built it might be getting a good laugh out of this right now. I don't know, but
I loved it. Like
people's lunch today, Matt.
I loved it. Almost every one of those guys is drivers. They're like, "Hey, bud, we got you."
Well, they're all sitting up there at the pits right now.
All right, we got a replay coming towards you. Again, came up, checked up quite a bit. Came up, man.
Man, if he could have just slid a little further.
Because he didn't really come that far off the ground once he landed. So.
Well, the only good news is he didn't break anything, and we still have Hill 2 for today.
Yeah, if you got to roll over.
At least he got pretty much the whole course under his belt. So
you hate to see a guy roll over and tear a bunch of stuff up. So at least if you're going to roll over, at least be a gentle one. Man.
That's a bummer.
That stinks. Again, 5 feet from the finish line, literally.
We have Will Bell on the starting line. Don't look now, Matt, but I see some teal.
I know, I saw it. There's a few teal buggies out there. Some of them are more light blue, and some are like a more light green.
You know how people have like spirit animals, or they like to say that?
Yeah.
Teal is like your spirit color.
It kind of is. I'll take that.
Can that be a thing?
I absolutely accept that.
Okay.
I have like some teal stuff. I have a teal cup. I have some teal stuff I bought. So like I see it teal, I'm like, oh, because you don't really see that like red, blue, green.
It's your signature color.
So now I've kind of started buying teal stuff. So I bought a dustpan the other day because it was teal. You know.
Will Bell, yet another one of our drivers who we have not seen out here that often this year, or not in the last few races anyway. So glad to have him back out joining the fun.
Go, baby, go.
All right, he's heading into that CA Tech course now. The kudzu trap.
Yeah, you know what? It for real is. We've seen a couple guys had some serious issues up there today. Again, I like Dex's expression. He's like, "Well, you're trying to go really fast, but you can't see over the hood." So he's like, "You got to hold the throttle on. You can't see where you're going."
For the best.
So I'm sure we'll see some of that a little bit today as well. Dropping down that cable hill. Gently smoke. That is hard to do in a side-by-side. That's a pretty violent. Some of those drop-offs are almost about as big as a side-by-side itself.
Oh. Get a little squirrely on the corner to use one of Matt's.
Oh, there we go. Nice, smooth run.
85.430.
And he was getting squirrely up there.
Absolutely, Tiffany. There's always a lot going on behind the scenes to make to make the races happen, and then everything else that goes on around them, the live show, the drivers' meetings, the waivers getting signed.
Yes.
You know, somebody has to handle all that stuff. When we do the banquet, we have to set up for it. There's trophies to bring along and organize, and there's so much that goes into it, and we are so grateful for everybody that helps out and the great team that we have that is able to make these events possible.
Yeah, and again, guys sitting in the starting line, checking your safety gear.
Yep.
Guys on the course running up in case when you get flipped over, like, hey, good, 99.9% of the time, we're good. Hey, I'm good. Yeah, I'm fine, you know. But just having that guy next to you is kind of nice. So.
Madison King.
All right. Recognize that pink rig anywhere. I like their easy up down there. It's pretty legit. They got like a they got a nice 10 by 20 down there, logoed up.
She's up and over that Mickey Thompson mountain over there into the Shrek mud.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That corner is a little
luckily you
squishy down there.
You can see they kind of vetted it out for the bouncers tomorrow. So she's getting it, throwing some dust around. We got a pretty good crowd here today. I know there'll be some more tomorrow. Got quite a few easy up set up over there. Canopies literally line the entire bottom side down here. They have a big spectator area where you can sit or go back and watch from your shaded canopy. Again, you got a cool breeze. Got your cooler full of snacky snacks and beverages down there. Justin Wills out. He must be on his way. He was commenting earlier on the live feed.
All right, Madison made it out of the kudzu trap with no damage.
Yes. Again, you can see how much dust is just pouring off of those wheels as they're driving through.
All right, now to ease on down Fable Hill. Basically, it's just like smack, smack, smack,
yep.
smack, and then you're at the bottom. Something like that.
Yeah, it really is. It is. It is. Again, she's playing it smart, jumping nice and easy over it.
That was good. .047. That was Madison King.
My screen gets so dusty so quick down here.
I know. I think I've been wiping off my phone every 30 seconds.
The breeze is heavily though. I know
sure
it carries some dust with it, but I'll take it all day. I'm getting a nice tan over here too, by the way. You know.
Might be your last one for the year.
Yeah, it probably is.
Tyler Bradley on the starting line.
Tyler Bradley's one of our local rock stars. He's been battling with us all season.
Matt Buxton wants a hint of who named Fable Hill.
Oh, look at that.
It's still an unenanswered trivia question right now. Who named Fable Hill?
I'm trying to think of a really good hint. You gotta,
it's somebody that you guys are all very familiar with.
Well, I mean, we hope. We hope they're familiar with it.
I'm sure they probably are.
If not, they should be.
Yeah, there you go.
Right? Look at this. I got this little microfiber cloth. I'm going to go wipe the bouncer down when I'm done with this thing. Taylor's like, I take care of my people. I mean, my equipment. I mean, Taylor, you're not wrong, you know?
Matt, it was not Dan Carter.
Although he is a local celebrity.
Somebody even more familiar than Dan.
More famous? Is that what you're going to say?
Not more famous per se, but...
Come on, Tyler, let's go. Doing well again. Being smart on that downhill section. I'm sure you watch some people bobble it there. Again, making sure you get some points for that season championship's important. Again, there's some hard ledges there. You can just see it bottoming out.
That's
Bang.
a rough ride in a UTV.
It is.
At least we're not making them go up it this
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Not yet, anyway.
Tomorrow maybe.
There it is. 99.010 for Tyler. Matt, no, it was not Randall Key. Who named Fable Hill? None of you people that are watching right now know the answer to this question.
Should you be offended?
I thought it would be really easy.
Yeah. I would say Bobby Tanner. If I didn't know the answer, I would absolutely say Bobby because he was a guy who probably broke more on it than anybody. And I agree with Bobby, the faster you go on Cable Hill, the smoother and better you do. That does not translate well to here.
Fable Hill has changed a little over the years, too.
on the real Cable Hill, the faster you go, the harder you hit it, the better you do.
Especially with the water on.
Yes. Unfortunately, Bobby learned that is not the case with this a few years ago when he broke everything on the rig.
Doesn't always work on Fable Hill.
Mashed the cage in, broke the front end, just destroyed a bunch of stuff.
Speaking of destroying stuff, DC Thompson's out on the course right now, and he, I think, broke an A-arm or what? He broke something this morning just pre-running around. Oh my gosh, what is he? DC, what's happening?
DC, I have seen him on this cut suit. I have seen him get wild out there.
We just saw him get wild again. I think we all know how he broke something pre-running this morning now. What just happened? Man, we needed the end cab for that.
Yeah.
One.
He has gotten wild on this thing before.
Did he just break my A-arm that I just
Oh, my goodness.
Wyatt Wilson just walked up and said, did he just break my A-arm?
Yeah.
He was
Well,
borrowing parts, and looks like there's a good chance, Wyatt.
We cannot confirm or deny at this time.
So there's a neon lime A-arm on the front of there. And
was.
You can see in the replay, if it is folded all
Do we have a replay, Taylor? Let's see if we can tell if Wyatt's
hop up here with us.
A-arm
So we'll talk
survived.
to you. We'll talk to you for a minute. I say you used to race side by sides, and now you're joining that big bouncer class.
Real quick.
Okay.
Do you know who named Fable Hill?
Who named it?
Yeah, it's fake Cable Hill, so we call it Fable Hill. Do you know who named it that?
I do not.
Because it was like a trivia question, so I was curious. We've had people say Randall, Timmy, Eric, Danny, Clyde, Bubba.
Bubba would be another good answer.
I thought
it was none of those, but I'll give you guys the answer when we come back from this commercial.
Thought it might have been the park owner.
Another good answer.
Hey, Taylor, are we going to a commercial? All right. I just threw it to you.
Sweet! The best part is we can hear Taylor, but they can't.
They can't hear Taylor. Hey, Taylor's talking to us, but he's not talking to you guys.
Yeah, he loves you.
RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
When you're serious about installing the highest quality drivetrain products designed for high horsepower and bigger tires, there's only one choice. So get the power, performance, and confidence that comes with Yukon. Rev it, climb it, and rip it, knowing you're rolling the best in the industry. Built to perform, built to last. Yukon Gear and Axle.
All right, Sean Keller wanted to know when the Formula Off-Road, the Iceland rigs run. They are going to test and tune tonight, but they won't be doing their hill climbs until tomorrow and Sunday, and then they're going to do the skimming tomorrow night. So all of their main action is going to be taking place tomorrow. We're going to kind of be alternating our hills with theirs. So you guys can stay tuned for that. And we've had a lot more guesses about who named Fable Hill, Clyde, Eric Hagan, Bubba Bacon. No, you're all wrong. Jackie LaCroix was right. I named Fable Hill, and I can't believe that nobody remembered that. So, there you go. I named it.
I mean, I would have to say that maybe you're not taking enough credit for it along the way.
You know how many
here.
things I've named over the years in this sport? I need to start collecting royalties. I named Front Door Shootout at King of the Hammers. That was me. Yeah. Screamin' Green, I named that.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. I got to start keeping
We have
a
few that we've named, the phrases we use that are really great catchphrases.
We need to start writing
and a couple of them
down.
I can't remember, but they were really great. I was like, that's a good one.
We'll remember them eventually.
So we were talking to you a little bit before the break about transitioning from side-by-side to big bouncers, and then you had a little bit of a wild run, let's say.
Yeah, very first time out at Hawk Pride with a big car, and we actually we did okay on the first hill. Didn't do too bad. Climbed the hill, and in the second hill we came out of the gulch there and just wanted to one-shot that hill and hit it a little hard. Didn't really notice that tree when we were looking at it. We were all concerned about how we were going to come down, make the turn and come down off that in an incline. It was pretty steep.
Yeah.
And when we looked at it, my car doesn't have rear steer, so I was trying to make a fairly good turn and trying to make a wide turn, so I didn't even see that tree over there. So I probably turned a little bit more.
You know, we've all been there.
And it barely caught the car, and then it, of course, stood it straight up and landed on the nose. So 859 helped me get the whole front end put back together on the car. And
what'd you break?
Most everything in the front end.
Yeah.
Shocks, coilover springs. Diddy got me all put back together. Got my springs all put back together and stuff. And, I mean, the car's pretty much ready to go. So we'll be ready to rock tomorrow here. And so,
I'm excited. And this will be a fun course for that car. It'll definitely do well.
Well, I mean, we're gonna be here and we're gonna participate.
That's right.
And
hopefully you still have an A-arm so you can do the back class.
And we were okay.
All right.
Brandon
we're
Davis
going?
is on the line. He's going to wrap up Hill 1 for our RCV Axle Unlimited class.
Let's go, B. Davis.
Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon.
Over that race line ramp.
I see Cheryl out there.
Of course.
Again, he races a full body in stock class and in UTV Unlimited Cup, so we got a massive respect. Anytime I see somebody take a stock class and come race with the big dogs, you always got to show them a little bit of love.
That K&M, man, it's put it through the paces this year. I mean,
he does.
Is literally not cutting it any slack at all. Like, no slack.
And he is not nice to it either.
Oh,
he gets out and goes hard.
Well, once he got in it, I think, this year and got comfortable in it, I think that's what gave him the confidence to go ahead and get rid of the tube chassis.
Yeah.
You know, his single-seat car. It's just so hard to see out of these cars with the front fenders on them and stuff doing what we're doing here. That's their negative. The power's there. The cars drive good. They run good. They handle good. It's just you can't see over that passenger side fender. It's hard to see out of them, you know.
Yeah, especially when you're cornering. You go into that right corner. It's kind of hard. You don't know how big the dips are.
Yeah.
How sharp can you cut it and not clip that front tire?
Absolutely. Clyde puts us in some tight spots sometimes.
He does.
And some of the cup stuff is even tighter because the big cars don't have to run on those courses.
Yeah.
And so in the full body classes and stuff, when they're running those cars, some of those courses are tighter than you don't realize it on camera and stuff. So, you don't run the course like the cars do. So they're not as wide as some of the big courses are.
You
that we run on
squeeze
Saturday.
in there.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. But
you bet you got to almost hit it at speed to fit.
Oh
man!
Woo, man, that thing's turning and twisting everybody in.
That ramp is crazy.
Yeah, I didn't get to see a lot of the early cars because I was up on the top of the hill with DC and trying to get his car back together. We took parts off my car over there to put his car back together, and I'm hoping that the whatever he broke is not my stuff.
Wasn't yours?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Hey, Taylor, did you catch what that time was? 86.1 something.
I was late. Oh, I thought we were high-fiving.
Do what? No.
I know what you're doing. So Nick and Dylan have been following me around. I can't lose these guys. They're like on my tail lately.
So Highway to the Hills coming up soon. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, and I got a little sneak peek of Dan Carter's Highway to the Hill there.
Very cool. Very cool.
Part 1, and it's pretty good, guys. You're going to have to check it out.
And it's super neat to see. Again, I like seeing, especially you being a newer racer to the big bouncer.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, you're a veteran side-by-side guy, new to big bouncer, so it's really neat to catch that guy in the mid-crossover.
Which Kaysen here. This is Cody.
This is Cody Kaysen racing for
Clay.
His brother Clay's spot.
And Cody's not going to cut it any slack either. He's going to run pretty hard, I'm sure. Even though he's trying to do really good for his brother.
Yeah.
Cody's been thrown down in the stock class all season long.
Absolutely. And earlier on he was in an RS1 and doing a heck of a job in an RS1, an underpowered car. I mean, you're coming in here trying to race against these cars with higher hopped up turbo cars. I mean,
so I'm sure in this tube chassis, I'm sure he'll do very well. Watching him fly through it.
I mean, I'm sure he's comfortable, and that's the biggest thing. I'm sure he's comfortable enough to run it. Sometimes you get a little too comfortable.
Yeah,
you think, oh, I'm in a chassis now.
Yes.
And then a little overdriving. I'm like the best at overdriving.
We see if you guys.
Oh no, you got hung on that.
Come on. I was hoping he could save it, but I don't.
What
hung
did
on that
he
rut.
Get into?
I think it.
Was it on the passenger side?
I think it was on the passenger side.
That back tire's toast. It looks like it's at a 45 degree.
That was a real sudden stop. He must have hit something on the bank.
He had to have caught that back tire because it.
Yeah.
No, he hit something in the.
I
don't know. How'd Clay get up there so fast?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. But that is not good, guys.
No. Yeah, that tire's barely hanging on there.
Not good at all.
So that's Clay Cason up there at the back checking out the damage that his little brother just did. But, hey, that's all right. That's racing. I know Clay understands. That wraps up. Yeah, I don't see anyone on the starting line. That wraps us up for Hill 1 today for our Unlimited, Stock, and VIN classes. Matt is going to put those times in, and then we'll throw the leaderboard up on the screen for you guys. You have all those?
Yep. Well, he's running on commercial. We'll be back in a second.
Oh, okay. After this commercial, we'll do all that.
Oh.
That's what Clyde said.
Well, we're going to go to commercial in a minute. We're going to go to commercial. Now we're going.
Taylor loves it.
Presenting the all-new designs from Treadwear Apparel in 2021. Visions are better at the top. More throttle than brake, more balls than brains. If you're gonna win, you're gonna need these. Life is better topless. The NRA official flag shirts. Real trucks don't have spark plugs. No guts, no glory. Definitely no story. Your girlfriend likes it when I bounce her. Grab yourself some new merch today.
When you're serious about installing the highest quality drivetrain products designed for high horsepower and bigger tires, there's only one choice. So get the power, performance, and confidence that comes with Yukon. Rev it, climb it, and rip it, knowing you're rolling the best in the industry. Built to perform, built to last. Yukon Gear and Axle.
All right, Matt, why don't you read off our top 5 from Hill 1 for us?
All right. We got Cash LaCroix sitting number 1 at a 72. Timmy Cameron right behind him with a 74. Cooper Bentley wrapping up our 3rd place. That's our podium with 78. Coming in 4th place is Will Bell. 5th, Brandon Davis in that full body Can-Am. Coming in 5th, Nathan King. Coming in 6th, Clint Garrison. Wade was running for him in somebody else's rig.
And Matt Buxton.
Matt Buxton's rig, so that's kind of exciting.
In his old car.
In his old car. So that's 7th, Tyler Bradley 8th, Madison King 9th. Spencer Grindstaff 10th. Alston Tidwell is 11th. Then we had 4 DNFs due to breakage or whatever. So that wraps up our UTV Unlimited Cup Series for UTV and side-by-sides.
Yeah, that's Hill 1 for all 3 classes so far. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back at 12:45 for round 2.
See you guys.
We're going to do it all again. See you guys in a few.
Be good.